Hello, everyone, and welcome back to
Project
69!
We got Flat Ronnie with us to give us a little bit of encouragement. What project is it, Ronnie?
69!
Let's hear it one last time.
69!
All right, if you guys are Stern fans, you'll get that reference. If not, welcome back to Project 69. I'm Justin.
I'm Corbin.
And we've got the beautiful Project 69 in the shop. And we're going to work on the most desperately needed component for this vehicle, which is?
The brakes.
Well, we have excellent brakes on this car.
Maybe.
Yeah, the e-brake's really good.
E-brake works good.
The e-brake is good, but the regular hydraulic brakes are trash. The drum brakes in the front need to get replaced. So we ordered a brake kit. We're going to convert it from drum to disc. It's going to be a ton of work. You're looking forward to doing this?
No, probably not.
He's totally looking forward to it. And on that, roll the intro. We're going to get this baby up in the air. I'll see you guys in a second. All right, so for this project, we are using the Forbynbros brake kit. It is a serious piece of kit.
Yeah, it is.
That's a lot of kit I just said there about kit.
Yeah.
What do you know about this kit?
I don't know much about this kit, but I all know it's serious kit, that's for sure.
That's right. No, in all honesty, it did an amazing job. This aluminum housing and that hub. What we're going to do is transform it from series drum brakes, which are horrible, to Defender disc brakes, the vented style. And for this one, we're going to use Terra Firma cross-drilled rotors because we need to stop, right? When you have 40 horsepower, 4D, you want to make sure the brakes work. So why don't you pop the tire off, and then we'll start to do the horrible part, which is pulling apart that front swivel ball.
All right, then.
Not
let's
it.
get to work. All right, first thing I'm going to do is pop this off by prying it off. And if I can get that screw out, I'm lucky I can unscrew it, but if I'm not, I'm going to have to drill it off. All right, got that off. Let's see if I got luck. Oh, I'm unscrewing it. Got lucky today.
All right, I can't believe that screw came out. Next up, we're going to get the drum off. I like to just use my mallet. Got lucky, pop it free. Oh boy, got it. We don't need this. Move on to the next step. We're going to get the nut off of the front CV, pull the front hub. Basically, we're just working our way through.
Here we have a super cool hub nut tool made by Dana Hammersley.
I told you.
Now what he did is he welded this on the end so we can put it for an impact gun.
Talking over him. I told Jill, we need a King Ranch. And then I told Jill, get that goat out of the kitchen. I miss you, Dana.
Don't forget there's two of them, and this is really cool, Dana. Thank you.
Next up, we're going to pull the little flange off. If you're reusing your bearings, be very careful. We don't want to damage the bearing. If you've got new ones, then you don't need to worry about it. But these are brand new bearings that we just put in last year, so I'm going to reuse mine. Now that that's going to be out of the way, we're going to take apart this little hub area, or hub, sorry, the I don't even, it's so old timey, I don't even know what it's called. The brake drum back housing spider house. We're gonna get rid of that. And we gotta disconnect this brake line. Corbo, why don't you bust these bolts out? I'll work on the brake line. Okay, what I like to do, this is a 9/16 on this old 69 series, and there's a 9/16 in here. You want to be extra careful busting these loose. They're very fragile. All right, I think we got her. Uh-oh.
Come on, man!
Well, I'm sorry there, buddy.
Why? Why would you break the brake line? Why? You broke already for the brake fluid, and now you're gonna break the brake line. Now it's another thing to replace. I thought we could make it at least 1 month without breaking something on this car. And broke the transmission too. Why you gotta break everything?
You broke the transmission.
I didn't break the transmission.
You boosted
No, I didn't want to go into the pit, and get out of it because you wanted to.
All right. It's only one bolt this time. Now for
one
real.
bolt still.
For what? Well, you broke the brake thing last year.
No, I
didn't. You had to poke a hole in it.
You poked the goddamn hole.
Run the tape. I know he was up there poking.
You poked the hole.
Maybe it was me. So what happens is, for real, on brake lines, they get rusty, and we're trying to disconnect it, and you can see the metal had actually welded itself. It rotted together. So as I was turning this off, it just twisted it. Good news is it's only one brake line, and if it was that bad, we should replace it. We're going through all the trouble. Not a big deal. Keep moving forward. So
It's a pretty damn big deal.
Turn that frown upside down.
Keep it down.
I made him laugh. All right. Next up, go ahead and pull that off. We'll get this drum out of the way.
All right.
Next up, we're going to get that stub axle off. Just give it a little tap with that mallet. All right, set that aside. We're going to reuse it. Oh, you're getting the whole CV.
All right.
You can take that too. Why don't you set that grease monster at the back of the series? Yeah, that one's my size. The other side's your size. It's the short one. All right, next up, we want to take off the steering arm here. Get that off. And then the 6 bolts that hold the swivel ball housing to the axle. Those are the ones that are a pain in the bottom. We can only get a little bit of a turn on them. I'm not going to bore you guys with that. I'm also going to strip this, but we'll probably show you that as we're taking it apart. So next time I see you, this will be on the little cart. Okay, with everything off, get your parts cleaned up, good to go. We're now going to start our reinstall. We're going to start with the swivel ball itself. We're going to bolt it to the axle. As your friend, I'm telling you, you don't want to forget your seal or your seal housing retainer. Those are important. I know a guy that forgot it once and he had to take it all apart. Not fun. Next time, or when we hop back, I'll have that on, and then we'll get to see some of the new brake components.
All right, here we have our special piece, and here are the studs to mount the stub axle. And the way you have to do this, you have to screw these in, but you have to do it from behind. Now, once you screw these in, you're going to make sure you want some Loctite. Red or orange will do, so it stays in there.
Now that we've got all the studs in for the stub axle, it's time to prepare the bearing arms. I don't know what these are called. Bearing caps, I should know these, but God, it's been a minute since I've played with one of these older cars. The new piece from Forbynbros comes with new hardware, and on the lower, boom, no problem, fits. On my upper, it does not. It's real close. So what we're going to do is run a larger 12 mil drill bit through here just to clean it up so that I can get clearance on the bolt. Then we've got that all done. We'll bolt the new housing on and make sure all the tolerances are good. We can move to the next step. With our beautiful new kit installed, God, they do a nice job on that. Point of reference, always make sure these Allens are tight. They are shipped loose in case you need to do anything or move a piece. So he tells you in the instructions, tighten them down, and then that's actually where you're bolting your new caliper to. But for now, we're moving on to the stub axle. We got everything's cleaned up here. Good job, Corbin. We're gonna silicone that and put it in. But first, that little piece back there, we're gonna dump the CV in so we can get that installed. And depending on how you're going to grease it, if you're gonna go with grease, actually I'm gonna fill it in through that port, but you do what you wanna do as far as the lube. We'll leave that up up to the user. So next time we meet here in Videoland, I'll have this on with the CV through it. We are almost done.
All right, here we have the hub. And first thing you're gonna wanna do is screw these down because this is what holds the tire on. But make sure you have either red or orange Loctite on this to make it stay in place.
Yeah, definitely those are gonna be your wheel studs that you bolt your wheels to. You're also, this is a lot heavier than it looks, gonna need to bolt the rotor to the hub, which is right
here.
Yeah, bolting it right there. And then on the inside here, we have the new bearing seal and the bearing in. So step aside, sir. We're gonna install that. We are almost done. I think I said that before, but for real, we're almost done. Okay, next up, we've got these exhaust stud looking bolts. We're gonna wanna thread them in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's gonna hold the axle flange on. The coarser thread goes in first. We get all those done. Then we'll put the gasket on for the flange, bolt the flange down, put the nose cone back together, and we are pretty much all set. Next thing to do would be to put the brake caliper on. So let's get this all buttoned up and take it from there. All right, guys, this looks absolutely fantastic, but we're gonna stop here.
Because somebody, you decided to break a brake line. Now, I don't know why you would, but I just think you just like destroying things now.
He's gonna cry. It's past his feeding time. All right, guys. Next episode, we'll get the brake line in. Boo hoo hoo, but we needed a new one anyways, and we'll put the calipers on. All right, folks. We'll see you on the next one.